video shows, and actually they also mentioned the football ground. So the output was just the list of all those venues and their popularity. So if it was mentioned so many times, we knew that that place was popular. We also did a condom outlet mapping. So in each PPA, we were mapping out all the condom distribution points where they sell condoms in the PPA. And in addition to that, we are also mapping like the HIV delivery as points which were available at each PPA. And in that, we were also asking them to say what services were they offering, because that information was used to inform the program, like who's doing what before implementation. Okay, so here I just wanted to share with you like some of the outputs for the condom mapping. This is from the plantation PPA, and as you can see, we had like the trading center. We visited about 72 outlets, and 30 of them told us that they usually had condoms, and only 23 at the time of our visit had condoms. So it was just a matter of like giving you an insight of like what an output we managed to get out of the condom mapping. Okay, and since we are also getting coordinates, we were able to upload our coordinates in the Google. And here I'm just showing like the paper. Sorry that I don't have the somewhere where I could show you, but the paper shows where the condoms were available, and the yellow as the outlets who didn't have the condoms at the time of our visit. So we are able to come up with maps like this to actually show the distribution on the ground.
The yellow is where people meet sexual partners?
No, these are actually condom distribution, condom outlets.
But no condoms?
No condoms, but no condoms at the time.
And what sort of areas are we looking at, Chihuahua? What sort of areas is that?
That's Cholo, that's the tea estate, one of the PPA, the plantation area.
Mm-hmm. And where are the outlets concentrated?
So they are concentrated here.
No, what sort of part of town is that?
That's mostly the trading center, and sometimes you could find them also in the tea field, because they do have like smaller trading centers. But I've just taken like the statement of the Cholo Bonga.
And what is that area to the left, where there are a few others?
On the left side.
On the way left, yeah.
So this is also like where you could find like a smaller segment of the shops.
Along the road.
Yeah,
Like
along the road. Okay, and one of the things which we could also, the output which we had, this is also the same from the condom outlet, we are able to post out to say, maybe the program staff can know to say, okay, that paper which had the condoms at the time of visit, what is it? Is it a nightclub? What is the name? Where is it located? So we are able to provide them with these maps. Okay, and on the HIV service delivery, we were able to come up with these outputs. Like for the rural, the PPA, we were able to show that how out of all the HIV service delivery points which were in Zomba, for example, how many we are doing HIV testing and counseling, how many we are doing STI, providing STI treatment, and so forth. So we were able to come up with a list, like for these top part, the services, we are able to list them up from, maybe we've got about 18 of them, and we actually give numbers. So the next thing is, for the program, we are able to provide the referral directory, which I think they really found it helpful, so that once we've done the mapping, they are able to know who's doing what are the hours of services, what is the contact, and this information actually helps them in their networking. They are able to know like who, when they are doing their training, they could contact, what are they doing. It actually helps them to say, if you're not doing like treatment, where can they send their clients for maybe testing or things like those.
Is this captured in an MIS somewhere, this sort of information?
No, it's only captured in our database for the mapping, because we'll do the same in all the 20 PPAs, but not in the MIS.
I had a question. Were the maps useful to people who actually had to use them? I mean, one of the things is that, reading a map is sometimes a complicated skill if you haven't had experience with it. Did people find the maps useful, or was it just more for the program?
It's more for the program, but maybe what we are able to share with the people who are like the community-based organization is this referral directory. That's what we share, but for the maps, it's usually for the in-house program staff to read them. Yeah. Okay, and then for the maps, for the HIV service delivery, we are also able to show the distribution and where they are located, the number of services they are actually doing. This is MSF HIV service delivery, and as we can see from the maps, it's able to show, to give about 10 services. So the program staff are able to know like where it's located. As I've written, it's behind maybe the hospital. They are able to locate it. Okay, now moving on to step 3. So that was about step 2. And in step 3, it was about verifying and mapping out the venues. And our output in step 2 was just a list of venues. So now it was time to go out and actually verify those venues. Because sometimes people were just mentioning the venues and would go to the place and find that that place has been closed. So we went out, we interviewed like a person who was working there and was knowledgeable about the site, really asked him about the type of the venue, evidence if there are any HIV prevention programs offered there, what are the busy times, the maximum occupancy of a venue, and it really helped us to understand where our target group was congregating. For example, in the plantation areas, I think without place, we would have thought like, oh, maybe all the plantation workers were hanging out in the formal bars and nightclubs, but it ended up that most of the plantation workers, because of the amount of